and gentlemen, presented by the Slam Society, it's the Insider's Edge podcast with your host, Karlifornia.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Slam Society, and welcome to the Insider's Edge podcast. I'm your host with the most on the West Coast, Karlifornia in Fury. It is a joy to be with you all once again. And speaking of a joy, I've got three bros that I interviewed once upon a time on the Insider's Edge podcast, and I've brought them all back. I've brought them together because we're going to have some fun here today, and I'm going to introduce them one by one. First and foremost, Mr. JR Ryder. How are you, sir?
I'm wonderful, brother. How are things?
I'm doing fantastic, and you must be in a good mood to be wearing a shirt like that. Look, that's fantastic. Spiffing.
Yes. I just wanted to make sure that I outshined Billy. Showed up classy. I'm sure that was he always does for events.
And well, speaking of Billy Fives, the very funny Billy Fives, great to have you here. How are you doing, my friend?
Oh, excellent, man. I wore my dressed up sleeveless tank top because I knew Ryder to be wearing, the shirt he bought somewhere in Wilton Manors, Florida, which you can Google to find out what I mean by that.
Excellent. And of course, the nicest man on the planet, Mr. Scoot Andrews. How are you?
I have never had a better day looking at Ryder looking like he's about to walk into a Walmart in South Florida.
I think I got the shirt, Billy. the shirt.
Scoot, you wrestled last night. This is what I wanted to bring up to start things off here. How are you feeling today?
Feel good, man. Feel really good, actually. Thought I'd be a little stiffer, but I feel good.
Right, that's good to hear. Mr. Fives, Mr. Ryder, what do you think? What do you think of Scoot still getting out there and wrestling? You proud of your friend?
I think Scoot
I was there.
Legends. He's a legend. Keep going as long as you can, my man.
Yeah.
I was there, man. Bumba, he's in shape. He went. I noticed a little bit of man. It's been a long time since I've been in the ring. Deep breath, but then caught right back up again and did it just like Scoot does, man. The crowd was going crazy for him. I was obviously rooting for the other guy, but it went well.
Of course.
Oh, that's great to hear.
Billy, when you bought your ticket, where'd you wind up sitting?
For Scoot's match, as far back as I possibly could.
You weren't booked, so you had to bought a ticket to get there.
Yeah, no, see, unlike you, I'm still over, baby. So they comp me and give me the red carpet.
That's great stuff, guys. My good friend Mean Mike from Disorderly Conduct, he was also in the Texas Hangman. He said that he heard that Scoot had a great match, so that's nice to hear. Scoot you still got it.
Oh yeah,
good
I didn't hear that chant, but I feel like I might be. I feel like I might be about to give it back, whatever it is that I have. But,
yeah. Billy, you last wrestled AJ Slambino in 2021. JR, you haven't wrestled, I believe, since 2015. Do you two ever you feel like you want to scratch that itch, like Scoot has done last night?
Go ahead,
Ryder, tell him, man. You just worked what last year?
I just worked last year.
Did you?
I did for Tommy Fierro's 25th anniversary.
Oh, well, CageMatch.net is not keeping me up to date.
I worked Bull James. Last August.
Cool.
Last September.
Very good. And what's your excuse, Billy? Why aren't you hopping in the ring?
Man, I had multiple people trying to get me on the show that Scoot was on last night, and it's I'm not gonna lie. I joke with Scoot, but I've worked Scoot so many times. It was always a day off, but I've been there and done that. I did get tempted last night because I found out that Cahagas had specially requested me, and nobody told me that, which I could have been tempted by that. I'm not saying I would have done it, but as many years as we've been on the same circuit, I've never worked Cahagas. So that was the only temptation. But Scoot, this is Scoot's blood, man. He loves this. I was never a lover of it. I liked what I did in the ring, but I easily can just stay away.
He would have done it. He would have done it if he'd have been.
I don't know if I'd have been feeling as good as you today working Cahagas.
That's a good point.
The day after I worked Bull James, I couldn't move. I was dying. Everything hurt. I thought I got hit by a bus. Went on for like a month.
I mean, look, you guys are older than me, right? I couldn't even imagine. I used to wrestle many years ago, 2010, 2011 to 2014. But I could even imagine doing it now. I would get hurt immediately. So props to you guys still being able to get out there and do it, especially you, Scoot. Congratulations. I'm very proud of hearing about you getting back in the ring because, you know what, I'm a big fan of all three of you. And I'm so happy to have you all on this show here because we're going to be killing the quizness right here, right now on the Insider's Edge podcast. We're going to be having a little quiz, guys. Are you pumped up? Are you ready?
We are ready.
Okay.
Let's go.
I stayed up studying all night long.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, round one of Killing the Quizness here, guys. This is about Scoot Andrews. We've got 3 questions about Scoot Andrews. Multiple choice for everyone out there watching. And I'm looking forward to seeing how you two go. And I've got to make sure that I keep a point system going here. But here we go. Okay, question 1. According to CageMatch.net, who was Scoot's final opponent wrestling for the WWE on WWE Velocity in 2004? Was it A, Rikishi, B, Val Venus, C, Johnny the Bull Stamboli, or D, A-Train? Please, what's your answer?
B.
Okay.
Or are we just doing it? We're telling it right away?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going with B as well.
Okay, the actual correct answer is Johnny the Bull Stamboli. I'm sorry, boys, but no points so far for Billy Fives and JR Mother Freaking Ryder. Let's move forward to question number 2 here on the topic of the one and only legendary Scoot Andrews. What was the name of Scoot's tag team with the one and only Mr. Mike Sullivan? Was it A, Naturally Marvelous, B, Naturally Wonderful, C, Naturally Sexy, or D, Naturally Magnificent?
Hey.
I'm going to follow Billy on that one. I'm going to go with A.
Well done, boys. You both get a point each. Congratulations.
That's just because those bastards beat me up enough, I couldn't forget it.
You're a part of the freaking faction. What are you talking about?
You guys booted me.
Okay, and the final question for round number 1 here. Who did Scoot Andrews wrestle on the first ever Ring of Honor show? The Era of Honor begins in 2002. Was it A, Low Key, B, Christopher Daniels, C, Michael Shane, or D, Xavier?
Well, I'm lost on that one. I think I've heard this story, though. I think I'm going A.
Okay.
I'm going to wing it with D just because I love Xavier.
Well, Mr. Billy Fives, you get a point right there. Unfortunately, Jay, you're incorrect. It was Xavier, may he rest in peace, who Scoot wrestled on the first ever Ring of Honor show. And of course, they were off to a great start there because Scoot was on the card. Okay. We're moving into round number 2. Billy Fives has 2 points. JR Ryder with 1 point. And still Scoot has 0 points. But he has not had the chance to partake until right now. Because round number 2, boys, is about Mr. Billy Fives. Here we go. Question number 1 to JR and Scoot. According to CageMatch.net, who was Billy's first dark match against for the WWF on May 11th, 1999? Was it A, Scott Vick, B, Bruno Sassy, C, Gregory Martin, or D, Vincent Goodnight?
Oof.
You've got an answer there.
I think it's going to be B. Yeah, I read on that one.
Okay, congratulations, boys. It's a point each there. Bruno Sassy was the opponent for Mr. Billy Fives. Wonderful. Okay, let's move forward to question number 2 here of round 2 about Billy Fives. How many times?
Can't get over that.
How many times did Mr. Billy Fives win the IPW Heavyweight Championship? Was it A, once, B, twice, C, 3 times a Billy, or D, none?
I'm gonna go C because he beat me every time.
Well, unfortunately, I believe Mr. JR Ryder was correct there. It was B, twice.
Is that it, really?
Yes. Unless CageMatch.net is lying to me, then we will have to retally all of this and it will just send this into disarray. But I believe it was twice.
I'm upset I didn't beat Scoop more.
Yeah.
And the last one here, question number 3 on the round of Billy Fives. According to his incredible interview on the Insider's Edge podcast in February of 2022, who is Billy's favorite pro wrestler of all time? Is it A, Ricky Steamboat, B, Ric Flair, C, Ricky Morton, or D, Rick Rude?
Rocky Johnson.
I'm guessing there's an inside joke there.
I'm gonna have to go A.
I
have no freaking clue on this answer.
What was it again? I'm sorry. I was waiting for that joke the whole time.
That's okay. A, Ricky Steamboat, B, Ric Flair, C, Ricky Morton, or D, Rick Rude?
It's Rick Rude.
Right. Well,
Boom,
Mr. Scoot Andrews has scored a point here. It is Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Most definitely.
Wonderful. I'm having so much fun hosting this quiz. This is great so far. And round number 3 is about the one and only Mr. JR Ryder. Question number 1.
I reckon I know any of this shit. I'm just gonna go B across the board. Fuck it.
A.
Okay, Scoot and Billy. According to CageMatch.net, who did JR Ryder apparently lose to more than anybody in his career? Was it A, Ace Darling, B, Devon Storm, C, Inferno Kid, or D, Glenn Osborne?
A for me.
D for me.
Unfortunately, you are both incorrect. It was the Inferno Kid, who I believe from CageMatch.net said that JR Ryder only defeated him once, whilst Inferno Kid defeated him 9 times. So,
see, I was looking for. Is there an E with his wife?
Or F against Cheetah Master? Had to be Cheetah Master, right?
Probably Cheetah Master's gonna be up there too.
Yeah, no, I did see that name. I did see that.
Was Ryder ever over enough to work the so over Cheetah Master? Yeah, I don't think so. It was only ever other exciting matches.
I exclusively worked Cheetah Master in Delaware, and I worked Scoot several times. Scoot and I tore the house down at the Navy base down there.
Oh yeah.
This is great stuff, boys. Okay, let's get to question number 2 on our section about Mr. JR Ryder. Which opponent from JR Ryder's time working matches for the WWF did he absolutely hate the most? Was it A, Julio Sanchez, B, Billy Gunn, C, Nathan Jones, or D, Chili Willy?
Can't imagine it being fun working Nathan Jones. I'm going with Nathan Jones.
I'm going Nathan Jones.
Unfortunately, boys, you're both incorrect.
Jesus.
JR was very told a great story about how mad he was at working with Mr. Chili Willy.
Chili Willy. Chili Willy.
Apparently,
now,
quite the nightmare.
Next question is, who's his favorite wrestler? I already know this one. It's Christian.
Okay, question number 3, boys.
Who else could it
be? Okay, who did Mr. JR Ryder work with on May 20th, 2006 for National Wrestling Superstars in Jackson, New Jersey? Yes, this is all about making a guess here. Is it A, Brutus Beefcake, B, Honky Tonk Man, C, The Funky White Boy, or D, Tito Santana?
Don't know
I'm
Funky
going-
White Boy, so I'm going with him.
I'm going B.
You know what, boys? You've struggled on your knowledge of JR Ryder in this round. The correct answer was A, Brutus Beefcake. A few
That
days.
must have been color.
I
Clearly,
believe
we don't know this guy as good as we think we do. That is brutally obvious.
I asked you to be my best man at my wedding, Scoot. I'm disappointed.
That's I can't believe this.
Yeah, how dare you not know who he wrestled on May 20th, 2006?
I'm offended.
Unbelievable. Okay,
when,
boys.
When JR talks, none of us listen.
Hey,
This is
man.
fantastic. I knew this was going to happen. I knew someone was going to get singled out and picked on. It's very good.
I deserve it.
Okay, boys, we're getting to the final round here, round 4, where you all get to participate. And this is just some regular pro wrestling trivia that I came up with about 2.5 hours ago. So, question number 1. Scoot, JR, Billy, who was Glacier's first tag team partner in WCW? Was it A, Wrath, B, Ernest the Cat Miller, C, Panion, or D, Chuck Norris?
I think that was B.
I'm going, Ernest the Cat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going C.
The correct answer is, in fact, Ernest the Cat Miller. So a point there for JR and Billy.
Damn it.
Congratulations, boys.
Ernest.
And just so I could give everyone an update right now on the scores, Mr. JR Ryder has 4 points, Mr. Billy Fives has 3 points, and Mr. Scoot Andrews has 2 points. There's still a chance, Scoot. There's still a chance. Okay, question number 2, boys. Who lost the first ever match at the first ever WrestleMania? Was it A, SD Jones, B, Matt Bourne, C, David Sammartino, or D, The Executioner?
Got to be SD Jones. He lost some.
I'm going SD Jones.
He lost the first match on every show.
I'm about to piggyback that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're all going with SD. Unfortunately, boys, you're all wrong. It was actually The Executioner who lost to Tito Santana. I believe SD lost to, I think, the 4th match against King Kong Bundy. Very quick squash match, but that's okay. It's okay. Okay, question number 3, boys. Who held the ECW Television Championship the most times? Was it A, Dean Malenko, B, Rob Van Dam, C, Shane Douglas, or D, Too Cold Scorpio?
You said a TV title or the world title?
The television title.
Television title.
I'm going Van Dam.
Okay, so we've got 2 C's and we got 1 B for Rob Van Dam. Unfortunately, guys, it was Too Cold Scorpio who held it 4 times.
Really?
He did.
Well, we are
Rob held
definitely
it.
wrestling historians.
Rob held it once for nearly 2 years, and I think Shane held it twice. But that's okay. We got 2 more questions to go, boys. Okay, for question number 4, who did William Regal defeat for his first ever WWF European Championship? This is the information we should all know, right? Was it A, Billy Gunn, B, Al Snow, C, Crash Holly, or D, Midian?
Al Snow.
Billy Gunn.
D. I forgot who the hell D was, but D.
So, tell you what, boys, unfortunately for Scoot and Billy, Mr. JR Ryder was correct here. It was Al Snow. Al Snow was the correct answer. We got
Dude, I think you were there. That's when frickin' Al did the moonsault, did those 6 chairs, almost killed himself.
Nice.
You and I were there for that one, I believe.
Okay, boys, we've got one final question here for the final round of our Killing the Quizness. Who was the last ever WCW television champion? Was it A, Scott Hall, B, Sean Stasiak, C, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, or D, Mang?
Such a bad company. I'm going to say they put it on Stasiak.
I think it was me.
Unfortunately, guys, to end this on a sour note, you were all wrong. The correct answer was Hacksaw Jim Duggan was actually the final. Yes.
The title of Killing the Trivia was a very good title because we killed that whole game.
That was fun, though, boys. And I'm happy to announce that the guy that was picked on this whole time so far, Mr. JR Ryder, is the winner of the first ever Killing the Quizness here on the Insider's Edge podcast. 5 points. Billy Fives comes in second with 3. And Scoot Andrews, once again, 2 points in last position. Boys, fantastic work.
Always jobbing with these two guys. Always.
They're used to me going over. That's no big deal.
I don't know if I've ever seen you win. Congrats.
Never booked.
Okay, boys, get away from the quiz now. I'm going to throw some questions at y'all. And Scoot, I wanted to ask you first and foremost here about your friends here, Billy Fives and Mr. JR Ryder. What are your favorite memories separately of Billy and JR Ryder?
I have no favorite memories of Billy because they all included him kicking me multiple times and very, very hard. And then JR Ryder is probably going to be on I-95 driving from Philadelphia to Connecticut when I was up there for the Super 8, and a limo passed us with a guy doing his business with a female. And we drove probably 5 or 6 miles side by side watching them do their business. And then many people don't know this, but JR taught me in my finish during the Super 8, slapping in the buttocks of every opponent right before I put him in my finish, just to pay homage to that limo.
I knew I'd get a gem of a story there. That's fantastic. Cherished memories, boys. That's very good. Mr. JR Ryder, your favorite memory of Scoot? Sorry.
Let's back up. First of all, when the car was next to us and he was railing his old lady, we were telling the guy what to do, and that's where the smack that ass came. So the guy was just totally on board with us, telling us. I digress.
Well, JR Ryder, maybe your favorite memory of Scoot is that same memory, but if you have another memory of Scoot, please bring that up. And also your favorite memory of Billy.
My favorite memory of Scoot, we were at the stadium in the Lightning Stadium. And he was sitting there next to a bodybuilder that was exactly like him, named Onyx, who was a wrestler. And I sat down and I had, who was next? Was it Kevin Kelly, or it might have been, I think it was Kevin Kelly. And I looked at him, I looked at Onyx, and I said, you guys look like you should be a before and after picture. And fucking the whole place fell the fuck out. And Scoot was the before. I think that kind of stuck with them for the rest of the day, the before and after. I think they were going to put them in a team together. But they looked just big image. Only one dude was jacked to the fucking moon. Not that Scoot's not great.
Tony Garea may have said, yeah, that sounds like
Garea. He be called before and after. Oh, as far as Billy, my favorite memory of Billy was we were at a bar with our buddy Sean. And then Billy and Sean went to the men's room, but never came back. So I was sitting there paying the tab, and I was like, they've been there a long time. So I went into the men's room to see what was going on. And as I opened the door, I got pie-faced by this very short, angry individual who was currently wearing a blue shirt. And I noticed that there was a gentleman.
No, it was Sean.
Just covered with blood.
I was punching the guy in the face. Sean pie-faced you.
In usual form, beating the piss out of a guy in the bathroom. And I just stopped. I started laughing, and I just looked at the guy and said, you got some blood on your face. And I shut the door and walked out. But if Billy wants to tell his version, he can get that out of the way, because his is much more entertaining.
Wonderful. Billy, please do indulge us on your favorite memories of both Scoot and
so
Mr.
I'll
Ryder.
expand on Ryder's, and then I'll give another one.
Wonderful.
Ryder. But the one that actually mush-faced him was Sean, because he was holding the door so nobody could come in while I was beating the shit out of this guy in the stall. And then, whatever, the guy, he's coked out of his freaking head. And I'm I'm tired of punching him because every time he goes down, he keeps getting back up. And I'm like, what the hell, man? I know I can hit. And so finally I just snatch him. I'm like, fuck you, you're going to sleep. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. So he becomes all apologetic or whatever. And I'm like, brother, just take your piss, man. Just leave us alone. And he goes, oh, I didn't really come in here to pee. He takes out a bag of Coke and he goes, do you guys want some? And I'm like, no, man, that's all you. And at this point, Ryder's standing at the door and the guy goes, oh, you know what? I'm just going to walk out with you guys. And Ryder's like, no, you might want to wipe all that shit off your face. And the guy turns and looks in the mirror and he's like, oh, shit. And he's just pouring blood down his face. Oh, so that was the expansion on that one. But then my favorite was on the exact same day. Me, Sean, and Ryder were like, all right, we're going to get out of here. We're going to go hit another bar on the Broadwalk in Hollywood Beach. And we walk into this tiki bar and there's really nobody there but us. Cool little setup, or nobody hanging out. We walk in and it's me, Sean, and, you know, I may not be a small guy, but I'm not Ryder. Ryder's a big dude. And in walks this little Oompa Loompa guy, and he walks right past me and Sean and goes up to Ryder and just starts like panhandling for money. And Ryder just loses his shit on the guy. And the guy starts mouthing off, and Ryder's losing his shit on this guy. I have no idea why, what set him off, because we were laughing our ass off about me just beating the shit out of somebody in the bathroom. And I have to escort this guy out. And he's like, man, I was going to fuck your boy up. And I just turned and I went, okay, go ahead. And he's like, what? I'm like, well, I'm done holding you back and saving your ass. I'm like, go ahead. And Ryder's standing there like, yeah, come on. And then the guy's like, man, I don't do shit. And he just took off. With Scoot, actually, you know what? I brought it up to him last night. We had a match in 2005 where I stopped all travel. I was done. In fact, I was done, period. And then my younger daughter convinced me to come back for some more afterwards. But it was me, Scoot, and Mike Sullivan doing a we're all three done match. And at the end of the match, Scoot had his daughter in his arms in the ring. I had my daughter in my arms in the ring. And we were just talking about, I just saw the picture, I think it was maybe last week, and Scoot was telling me either yesterday or the day before, that picture was on his desk because he was moving some stuff around. So I would say, I mean, I have a ton with Scoot, but that's the one that pops up the quickest to me because that was just his daughter, my daughter, and we were both stepping away for the same reason.
There it is.
Oh, bro. That was great, guys. Thank you for sharing those memories. You know, we went from people getting on in the car, someone bleeding from the head, and then we got a very wholesome story at the end there. So that's very cool.
I ended strong. See, you got to end right.
Very good, bro.
Very nice.
Okay, so I went in order of Scoot, JR, and Billy, but we're going to go in the reverse order now for this next question. I want to hear what you guys think about this. So we're going to go with Billy first. Who is somebody that you think could have become a big star, but for some reason never ascended to a major organization?
Ever? Like just random through my entire career?
Yeah, like somebody that, maybe you worked with and you thought.
I mean, he's on this call. I hate blowing his fucking head up, but Scoot. And at one point, they had an idea for him in the Fed that he would have been huge. It would have been a monster angle. He would have been just hysterical. He probably would have been Killings before there was a Killings, with just breaking people and doing shit. So that would be my answer.
Right. Okay. Cool. Mr. JR Ryder, your answer to this question.
I would agree with Billy on that, but I would also say I think Cheetah Master did get his rights. Mike Lomer. I've been talking about a guy that was over like gangbusters. It was crazy, and he never really got a shot up at the Fed. I don't know if he was held back or he pissed somebody off, but I think Mike Lomer could have.
Right. Okay. And Scoot, well, how about you?
I'm gonna have to go with Xavier, who great look, great build, great athlete. I mean, he would have just. He was such. I mean, his look was so phenomenal. I just think he would have gotten over immediately upon entering the WWE or WCW, but never really got.
Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more.
Yep.
Excellent. Okay. Well, the next one, I like getting your thoughts on these things, guys. And Scoot, we're going to start with you here. What do you think of current day pro wrestling? What do you like? What don't you like?
Well, it depends on which which promotion we're speaking of. If we're talking AEW, probably just the sheer amount of super kicks and enziguris and power bombs and all the things that used to be finishes that are not finishes. And just basically storylines that have no meaning and make no dadgum sense whatsoever. WWE, I would just say that, I mean, I really don't have a whole lot bad to say about the current version of WWE. Now that Trips is in charge, I would have to say that it is actually pretty watchable again. I usually don't watch WWE at all. I usually just watch Mania. And Mania, I mean, obviously Mania is always really good, but this Mania just seemed to be so much better than the past few. So I would just have to say the Insiguris and Super Kicks on one fed, and the other one really nothing bad to say whatsoever.
Cool. Okay. JR Ryder, your favorite things about wrestling today and least favorite things.
I don't think they're tough guys anymore. I mean, in our day, we were tough and we earned it. I really think they're handed it nowadays. I mean, I know Scoot, Billy, and myself didn't go get a 2-year bachelor's degree at a career college in freaking Orlando and get paid 150 grand to do it. I think that's bullshit. So I don't think it's like the old way. I don't think they're tough. I don't think they earn it like we had to back in the day. But you know, Hunter, hopefully he'll turn that around a little bit. But that's what I see. The guys aren't big anymore. They don't work out like we used to. I don't see the whole lot of the physiques. And to what Scoot's saying, I mean, how many super kicks are on Raw every single night? 80, 90? If I'm Shawn Michaels, I'd be flipping out. And another thing I noticed, everybody goes through the announcer table now. Like they start the match with that. Nobody gets disqualified. Like, what are the rules? Is everything just ECW hardcore? Every match they're going through the announce table. Where's the disqualifications at? You have to have some semblance of rules here in order to have a quality match. Now they just throw everything out the window and it's all the same match.
Yep, that's true.
That's when you teach. That's what you teach them in a career college.
Right. Anything positive about wrestling that you like at the moment?
You know, Hunter taking over, I think, is a good thing. I think he's the guy, and I think it's doing big money. And if it's doing big money, that's good for the independent guys. It's good for the small promotion overseas, and it's nice to see people making a living doing what they love.
That's good to hear. And Mr. Billy Fives, your answer to this question.
I mean, agree with everything they say. I truthfully, there's very few people on the AEW side. There's very few people that I look at and go, yeah, they could win a fight. It's and then they're hitting all these movies. It's like it's like a Marvel or a DC movie where there's superheroes that can get thrown through a building and then just stand up and go back at it. It just, there has to be, as much as you have to shift reality a bit, you can't just completely get rid of it. As far as WWE, it was fun. I was with a mutual friend of all ours Monday night, and we were talking about it. And because I'm a Nielsen guy, I have YouTube TV, so I signed up for Nielsen. So I DVR all wrestling, even though I don't really watch it because it's just my way of just throwing out support. But I recently just started, whipping through it. A 3-hour Raw, it takes me, 25 minutes to watch, but I'll stop at certain point, and it used to take me about 5 minutes to watch it. It's the quality's definitely gotten better on that side. As far as the biggest positive, the fact that there's 2 companies and there are a lot of people making a living doing this now, which disappeared for a long time. I mean, there's smaller ones, TNA, but those guys, very few of them are actually making a living on it. But there's 2 big companies, and there's a lot of boys making money right now. So that's a good thing, even though a lot of them that are there really shouldn't be making money doing it.
Yep.
Good call. I dig it. All right, boys, we're getting close-ish to the end of this episode of the Insider's Edge podcast, but I've got a few more little random fun questions here, and I want to go, I'm going to start with Billy here, and all 3 of you are going to answer the same question. Billy, who is your celebrity crush?
Oh, crap. I mean, as a kid, I had a thing for Christy McNichol. And then reach my 20, it's Salma Hayek.
Oh yeah, okay. That's a good decision right there. I dig it. Mr. JR Ryder, how about you?
I was a Pam Anderson guy.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
I was a Pam Anderson child. I was about 12 and I had a poster of her on the wall. when
There you
I
go.
started to hit my puberty, that's for sure. Scoot Andrews, celebrity crush.
I am gonna have to go Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Oh, bro. Oh my God. That's the first girl I ever had a crush on was her. Honestly.
We have good taste.
Definitely. Oh my God.
Wholesome
The
girl next
smile.
door.
The smile
Yes.
and oh yeah, she lights me up. Okay, very good, boys. Okay. Next one, we're starting again here with Scoot now. Who is the hottest woman in pro wrestling history, Scoot?
History? Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh my God. You might have to come back to me. That's gonna take a minute for me to calculate.
That's okay. Too many coming to mind at once. That's okay. Mr. JR Ryder, how about you?
Ivory.
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 Really? I'm surprised.
Best personality. Pretty as hell. Unbelievable physique.
She's cool.
Ivory.
She's very cool. Mr. Billy Fives, how about you?
As far as just pure picture on the wall attractive, there's only one, and all that time I sat in the back there that walked by and I went, oh my God. It was Trish Stratus. First thing, she was brand new in, and I was standing in the hallway. I forget who I was standing there with in the back, and she walked by. I didn't even know who she was at that point. She was that new. And my jaw just like, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you go full personality and throw all that together, and I don't know her. There's, a few people I know, but as far as just jaw dropping, look at that. That was Trish.
Right. I could imagine any room she walked into, everyone would be like, hello?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then she stole Scoot's move, and I loved her even more.
and fun fact, she debuted against me. She pulled me off the table.
Oh, there you go.
And so what was that? What was that, Scoot?
So I wrote it down. I have Trish. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, Tori as well. Okay, yeah.
And then Tori, not the one with the super long legs, but the other Tori. Yeah, very nice. And she was such a sweetheart. But a little story about Trish, when she was breaking in, and early on, and she was working with oh God, I'm drawing a blank, the Irish guy that was tough as shit.
Albert.
Yeah, Fit. He was working and he was teaching her how to work the arm and reversals and whatnot. And she rolls out of the ring and asked me, Scoot, can I work on my arm reversals with you? I couldn't get yes out of my mouth fast enough. I threw my arm up so fast. I almost knocked her down. And I threw my arm up so fast. Yeah, she didn't need makeup. She didn't need her hair done. She could have walked in there in a burlap sack and she would have been the hottest chick in the building.
Unbelievable. I love little stories like that. That is like my favorite thing about this podcast. Thank you for sharing. Now, look, this might be a bit of a tough one to answer. Not really, though, because look, you're all older gentlemen, but I wanted to ask you, who is the hottest woman who is currently in pro wrestling? We're going to start with you, Mr. Billy Fives.
Crap, I don't watch enough.
That's what my concern was, that you might not be.
Yeah. Let me think, man. I don't even know who's there. Crap. I'm gonna pull a Scoot and be like, get back to me.
Okay. Mr. JR Ryder, how about you?
I'm having a tough time drawing a name out, but I would say I like Lacey Evans. I gotta say, I know she's actively working at the moment.
Yeah,
I was a fan of Lacey.
That's a good answer. Yeah, I think she's quite nice. How about you, Scoot?
So I got one from each company.
Wonderful.
You're gonna love the first one. Rhea freaking Ripley.
Oh yeah, bro.
Does it all for me, brother. I don't know why. I'm not even in the goth chicks, but good googly moogly. Is she the hottest I've seen in my life? Jesus, and that booty. Good God.
Yeah. Right.
And then for the AEW company, I'm gonna have to go Anna Jay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think there's a booty theme here, but it's Anna Jay.
I'll tell you what, for everything Tony Khan does wrong, he's signed some very, very, very pretty ladies. Well done, bro.
Yes. Yes.
Billy, have
Yes.
you figured out your answer yet?
Yeah, who was the little blonde chick that was with the Fiend?
Oh, Alexa Bliss.
There you go.
I think
Yeah,
that's a
she's
fantastic answer too. I think she has very pretty eyes. For me, I think my favorite today is Mariah May from AEW.
who I just watched the other night for the first time, and she almost beat out Anna Jay just because she's a better.
Really? See, you and I, we got the same taste, Scoot.
I
I didn't realize. I didn't realize she trained. I didn't realize she trained in Japan, but she's a very good worker.
Yeah, she spent quite some time there in Stardom over there in Japan, and she's tough as nails, from what I could gather. Even though she's so pretty and
Yes.
with the blonde hair and everything. Okay, boys, we're starting again with Scoot here. Who is the wrestler who rubbed you the wrong way the most in your career?
I'm going to have to say Brent Dale. I don't know if you know that name.
I don't.
He was trained in the Funk Conservatory. He got a developmental contract with WWE. We did a dart match in somewhere here in Florida. He called the whole match. We did his spots. He missed his spots 3 different times. And upon walking back through Gorilla, I overhear him telling Tony Garea, whoever he was telling, that I screwed up his entire match.
Big no.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Unbelievable.
And the funny part is Tony Garea knew better, and he looked at me and just gave me the look like, just keep walking. He don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Right.
So we're good there.
You
but
know
yeah,
what? I've already forgotten his name, and he's barred from the Insider's Edge podcast. How dare he? How dare he?
Yes.
Mr. Ryder, how about you? Who rubbed you the wrong way the most, other than Chili Willy?
Ryan Christopher.
Oh no! Oh, I'm sure.
Ryan Christopher. I don't like to speak ill of the dead, but I'll invoke Con Bundy here. And that dude was a raving fucking jerk off. One of the biggest jerk offs I've ever met in my life. An entitled, obnoxious little prick. He wanted to hide behind his dad's fame, and came back to haunt him in the end.
Right. We sing it to the choir here. I see a lot of nodding heads on
hands
my
down
screen.
the biggest thing.
Jeez. Billy, how about you?
He just took the answer I was going to give. That was the one guy that just, I mean, I got into it verbally in the back with him one day, and I didn't give a shit. Everybody knows I didn't care if I got a job. So I was like, and I forget who it was. I was like, oh, come on. And pulled me out of the locker room because I'm like, I'll beat that dude's ass. I don't give a shit. Just an asshole. Everything Ryder said plus tenfold more. So if I had to go not that one, it was a guy that, man, at heart was a good kid, but did the dumbest shit in the world. So I had to put it on him a few times. Maximum Capacity. It was a 600-pound Florida indie guy.
Oh shit, 600 pounds.
Yeah, and he had a good heart, but he just did the dumbest shit in the world, man. He's a guy that, man, any woman that said hello to him, he ended up with a tattoo on his arm. You know, and it was just low self-esteem, some sort of issues that he would just do dumb shit. So I would say once a year I would have to beat the fuck out of that kid. And then he'd straighten up.
Is it on YouTube, Billy?
I have no idea if it's on there. Oh, if we're talking about Hawk, that's a different one. He didn't rub me the wrong way. He's just an idiot.
I'm talking about your big guy. I don't.
Oh, Max. Yeah, no. I know somebody was talking to me about it last night. Oh, Pete Cannon was talking about that because him and Francisco Chiazzo sat in the back and watched the last one that I did where he ended up passed out on the floor after the match because I beat the shit out of him. And and then he came, all of a sudden he was good Max again. And when he was good Max, he was a good guy. So I mean, I never feel bad beating the shit out of somebody. He had it coming, but I didn't want to. I wanted him to stay good Max. And unfortunately, he took a few beatings just because his bad side would come out. And I was the guy that was like, all right, Max is misbehaving. Somebody's got to beat him up. Where's Billy?
Wonderful, guys. Okay, we've got two more questions here on the show. We're going to start once again here with Billy. Who is the wrestling legend or someone from the business that you always maybe wanted to meet that you enjoyed the interaction with the most?
That I met that one. Haku Ming.
Oh, cool.
Absolutely. Was one of I ended up working him. And he was classy from the beginning, during the match, after the match. Anytime I saw him after that, a phenomenal human being. Absolutely phenomenal.
Awesome. Did you happen to see it's on YouTube? There's footage. He did an interview for Dark Side of the Ring for the episode about Earthquake. But during it, they showed him footage of the Shockmaster, the infamous moment where Fred Ottman fell over, and he had never seen it before. And it is the most wholesome, sweetest thing, seeing this very, very, very tough man crying with laughter. You have to check it out, honestly.
I would definitely check that out. I want to check out the one on Earthquake too, because I did one or two tours with him, and John, another great guy. John was a phenomenal guy.
Yeah. I mean, that was an odd Dark Side of the Ring because it was just, it ended up being about him getting cancer at a very young age, but nothing about him was ever dark. He was beloved, it seems, universally. Okay, JR Ryder, who impressed you the most that you met over the years?
There's dozens of them. One of my favorites got to be Sarge. Sarge is always the guy I could go to no matter what. He took good care of me a lot, spent a lot of time with me, and just a wonderful guy. Wonderful guy. I got to see him. at the show I did last September, and gave me a big hug. He's a wonderful guy. But Sarge's always there to help you out, watch your match with you the next day to make sure every little thing that you messed up, he'd go over it with you, and just he was a great guy.
That's great to hear. Another person that you never hear anything bad about. Scoot, how about you?
So I have two. I had the privilege of having dinner with The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. It was a chance thing where I was with Joe Gomez and his dad, Rocky Johnson, and we went to a Waffle House in Davie, Florida, and The Rock and Danny were still married at the time. Yep. So they pulled up and we sat and broke bread, and he was probably one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. Current guy, I would say, actually worked on kind of like a show I did last night for Ron Nemi. He was an up-and-coming guy. And now he is currently a tag team champion for WWE, and that's Austin Theory. Just wholesome student of the business, knew everybody and everything about a lot of the guys from our era. I mean, he knew Billy, he knew I don't think he knew Ryder that much because he was looking at I want to say Florida stuff because he was down there. Yeah, I think Ryder was.
He was looking at guys that mattered. Okay.
Yeah.
I know those guys.
Just wise beyond his years, and I mean, he'd only been in the business 3 or 4 years, or 5, maybe 5 years at that point. Just down to earth, great kid. So I'm glad to see he's having the success he's having right now. Obviously, most marks think his character is who he really is, but he is not that guy at all. He is freaking awesome. So yeah, I had to give you two because I couldn't. One from the old days and one from now.
Very, very cool. I dig it, guys. Okay, last question here, and we're starting again here with Scoot. This is a stupid question, but I thought it would be a cute little question to end things here. You guys are pitted in a triple threat match in 2025. It's JR Ryder, it's Billy Fives, it's Scoot Andrews, and you guys get to decide who's going over. Scoot, who's winning that match?
Oh, Billy's winning that match. Even if he's not booked to, he's still going to do it.
How about you, JR?
I would have Scoot go over that.
Okay, Billy.
Where are we? If we're in Philly, it's Ryder. He's home. If we're in Tampa, it's Scoot. He's home. If we're down in South Florida, it's me. It's what's going to make the crowd happy, because it doesn't matter to me. Nobody on this call needs to go over to get over.
I've had hundreds of matches in Philly, Billy, and guess what? I never go.
You never won. Well, we got to give you one win in Philly, man.
There's my win. Give my one win.
And so I think that's a very smart answer there, Billy. Well, you know what, guys, I've had so much fun, and this is like I'm looking at the camera and I can see that my face is red because I've just been so much blood has been going to my face from laughing so much. Really fun to listen to you guys make fun of each other, and of course, you know, be a part of Killing the Quizness. And you know, it's great to see that Mr. JR Ryder is the first ever champion of Killing the Quizness. So I'm pretty chuffed about that, and I'm sure you feel chuffed about that too, JR.
I'm stoked. It's an honor. It's an honor to be.
It's an honor.
distinguished gentleman as Scoot and Billy.
Well, I want to thank you guys again. Again, I wanted to say, you know, I always end this thing, you know, being really, you know, complimentary to my guests. You three have always been so nice to me. If I ever had a question about anything or wanted to bug you guys to see if I could interview somebody that you know, you've always, you know, responded and been cool with me. And, you know, when I interviewed you guys, it was several years ago, but I always remembered you guys, and I always remember the fun that I had talking to you guys. And I knew that I had to bring you back on at some point. And I believe it was me and JR were talking, and I was like, if you want to come back, how about we get some other people on the show? And then it was suggested that Billy and Scoop should be the perfect, you know, guys to be on the show with him. And, you know, I've had so much fun. And I just want to let you all know that I really, really appreciate you all. And I think that all three of you are tremendous, tremendous human beings.
Well, we appreciate that.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Pleasure working with you, man. Pleasure working with you.
I agree that Scoot and I are tremendous human beings.
Well, thank you very much, boys, and thank all of you out there for joining us here on the Insider's Edge podcast. I'm Karlifornia. This is the legendary Scoot Andrews, the legendary Billy Fires, the legendary JR Ryder, and we will see you all down the road. Thank you.